Hello, everybody. Change the angle a little bit, see more out the window. It's Bill, that college football guy, here with another video. Oh boy, more conference craziest conference realignment talk here real quick. Wanted to get this one in. The big news that came out, that's coming out now, Florida State, Clemson, possibly doing uneven revenue sharing in order for the conference to stay together until rumoredly 2030, at which pace all of it falls apart, which kind of falls in line with what I've been hearing. You get the Big 12's deal ends at that point in 2031. ACC's would end in 2030, 2031, somewhere around there. So everybody's deal would end at the same time. That puts you in a great position to turn the light off back here. All the realignment stuff could happen and be done in one shot. The ACC can make its moves. Now, with the fact that if this does happen, does this stop Memphis and Tulane from leaving to go to the Pac-12? Now, one thing I can find out is that there was really only one other school that's in the Mountain West the Pac-12 is interested in. And no surprise, it's UNLV. They're not interested in Air Force. They're not interested in San Jose State. They're definitely not interested in Nevada. Those four are off the books. Now, let's get back to the main topic here. The first topic we're talking about, Florida State and Clemson. Does this cause this is going to trip the realignment train going off in 2030? Oh yeah, 2029, it's going to happen again. So we're looking at 5 years from now, we're going to have another major wave of realignment. And there's a possibility that some of those schools in the Pac-12 may be leaving to go somewhere else. Are they going to be going to the Big 12? No. Could they be offered to go to the ACC? Possibly. Yeah, I'm sorry for the noise if you can hear it. I'm right here in a rest area. Here in Southern Virginia, I should say it's Southern Virginia, near the Tennessee border. Having to take my little break here, so I figured I'd get the video in while I'm here. But anyway, let's get back to the task at hand. Florida State and Clemson working on getting uneven revenue. As for what amount that is, don't know. And it probably will be uneven revenue for Florida State, Clemson, and North Carolina, those three. It would not surprise me if North Carolina miraculously gets put into this uneven revenue mix. Maybe even Miami too, to a lesser degree. I don't know. So I'm waiting for that news to come out. So that's going off right now. Now, 2030 happens. Like I said, does this change some of the AAC schools' opinions here? Now, there's the one thing that came out that the Pac-12 said that I absolutely laughed hysterically about. We're concerned with academics. Be concerned with academics. Put your dumbasses in the position you're in now. Okay? We want higher institutes of higher learning. Oh, really? Like AAU schools? Well, right now, the only one is either AAU or a notch below AAU in your whole conference is San Diego State and Colorado State. Everybody else doesn't qualify, and that includes Washington State and Oregon State. They're not there yet. They're close, but they're not there yet. So why in the hell are you worrying about academics now? Why? Look, getting Tulane in, I get it, it makes sense. Getting Memphis in is going to be a hard sell for some people. They want in. And as I've heard repeatedly, there's no FCS schools going to the Pac-12. That's done. That will not happen. So take that out of the picture. Take that out of the way, and then work from there. And I don't see it happening. So are they going to go to the American, the AAC, and possibly take some schools? Yes, the thing is, academics are priority, again. You can grab UT, you're going to grab Tulane and Rice. The only reason you would do this is to try to get Stanford and Cal. And since Stanford and Cal can't get out of the agreement, you're not doing this. Stanford and Cal are there until 2030. I gotta alter the whole thing now. And then comes the ridiculous statement. We're going to get 15 to 20 million a year. You're going to get 7.5 to 10. Or the whole conference is worth that. No. Here's the reality check you need. First question. Who's the worst out of the six? Colorado State, right? Right now, in present value, in the Mountain West, what's Colorado State worth? Out of the total payroll of the entire conference, it's like 3.6 million. Everybody else, it averages out about $4 million a year for everybody, right? Out of $4 million a year, let's just say, how much of 12 schools worth a total of $4 million a year, or excuse me, $4 million per school on average? How much of that $48 million does Colorado State contribute? How much? And based on the way they played, how much are they worth a year? 2, 1.5. That's $8 million. That's, you know, are they worth that much? So the fact is, you bring in those 4 schools. Let's say half those 4 schools combined to half of the value. Okay, that's $24 million. One of 4 schools. Averages out to $6 million a school. You're going to pay them 2.5 times their worth? You think a TV market's going to pay them 2.5 times their worth? They're not going to get paid as much as you think they are. The way you do a TV deal is how much is not how much the best team is going to get paid, but how much will they overpay for the worst? And I'm thinking 8.5, 10 on the outside. 15? You're not paying that. Not for Colorado State. There's no way you pay that. That's absolutely stupid. So you're going to go $8.5 million. That puts you more than the American. Are you going to get those schools? Tulane, Memphis? No. You have better luck getting UTSA and North Texas because they're both on the Conference USA plan. They're one of the schools that came in. They start off at $2 million a year, increasing by $500,000 a year. Over a 10-year period, they'll be up to the $7 million. They're only making $2.5 million this year. You offer them full share, they'll be gone tomorrow. Especially with how the AAC does their buyout fees. It's a lot cheaper than what the Mountain West is. And the Pac-12 made it specifically to UNLV. They are not interested in Nevada in any way, shape, or form. So if you're going to go to our conference, you have to extricate yourself from Nevada. And right now, as it appears at this moment, that doesn't appear to be happening. Will it happen in the future, in a year from now or so, when we get closer to the deadline? We'll see. But everybody's talking about the fact they don't need to add 2 more schools. Realistically, the Pac-12 needs to add 3. They need to add 3. Because a 7-game conference schedule for 8 schools doesn't look good on a resume. But if you have 9 schools, everybody plays everybody, that's an 8-game conference schedule. That can be looked upon favorably. That gets you looking better with the conference. So realistically, they need 9. Ideally, they'd like at least 10. Because that makes a 9-game conference schedule. You can go to 12 and do better than that. So they're going to look at that. Now, so they're looking at adding 3 more schools. Tulane and Memphis are talked about, but because the money, apparently, they have not confirmed which one it is, the money isn't as good as what was reported. One is probably possibly getting cold feet. They have not issued anything at the time of this recording as to who the hell that is. Tulane and Memphis, it's one of those 2, apparently. Nothing about UTSA and North Texas. They potentially could go, but we're going to see about that. Like I said, they're cheaper, so we may have a chance to get that done. That's just an option. Do I think they're going to get UNLV? I don't know. I have no idea what the regions are going to do. And the fans are mad. Get us in the Pac-12, or we're going to get all the regions fired. It says, do you know the entire contract? No, I don't need to. Yeah, actually you do. Because if the Pac-12 has, say, uneven revenue, and they're going to get 15 to 20 million a year, and you're only going to get 7 or 6, are you still going to do it? Do you want to be somebody else's property in the Pac-12, or do you want to be an alpha dog in the Mountain West? Because here's the one little thing that everybody seems to forget about the Pac-12 here. You have all the best schools together. That's great. But if you beat each other up, you're not going to make the playoff. SMU 2 years ago, or last year, whatever the heck it was the best school of the group of 5. but they weren't the highest ranked school. The highest rank was Liberty. SMU had 2 losses, Liberty had 0. Because we lost 2 tough games to a G5. They don't give a damn whether you're facing Boise State or somebody else, or the worst in the G5. You lost to a G5 team, that drops you down in the rankings for losing to a G5. So the fact is, if you're Pac-12 conference champion and you're going to go with a championship win, you're going to go 11-2 or 10-3. And there's a champion from the American, the MAC, the Mountain West, or the Sun Belt that goes 13-0 or 12-1. Especially 13-0. They'll get in the playoff before you do, even you're the best conference with the best teams, because they have the best record. They punish you for losing to G5 schools, which means you have to go undefeated more times than not to get in. They're willing to overlook a 1-loss gap, but if you're 2 or more behind, you're not going to do it. And the fact of you being so competitive, and Oregon State says, we're going to win it every year, we lose 1 conference game. That's right, you probably lose to Oregon too, so that makes 2 losses on the year. They don't give a damn. You lost 2 games. Somebody's undefeated. They played 2 power schools too. Won them both. Doesn't matter if it's Vandy and whoever. Be Vandy and Northwestern, or Vandy and Purdue. They still won. You didn't. So for certain schools, getting out of the playoff is going to be possibly, we're going to make more money, but we may have no access to the playoff. And if we have no access to the playoff, we have no shot at convincing a Power 5 power conference of giving us a chance. That's the other part in play here. So right now, what do I think? What do I think is going to happen? The Air Force rumors of them putting their Olympic sports in either the Big Sky or the WAC and going football only, the Commander's Trophy, all going in the American. That's definitely a possibility right now. So if I'm Gloria Navarez in the Mountain West through back channels, because you officially can't do it, I'm contacting at least 4 FCS schools. Because you can get them now. Getting New Mexico State or UTEP or somebody who's already in Conference USA, because you're not going to pull anybody from the Sun Belt, you're not pulling anybody from the American, and the MAC's too far away. So it's either FCS or Conference USA. You need to get at least 4. That puts you back at 10, because you realistically could lose 6. If you bring in 4, if you only lose 5, you have 4 there, you're almost all the way back. You can just add 1 more. But 4 FCS schools puts you back at least 10. That means you can host a conference championship game. Everybody plays each other once, so that's that possible. You need to get at least 4, so you need to get into FCS. Montana or Montana State or both. Sacramento State's an absolute importance here. Some people said Tarleton State, but they just recently moved up from Division II to FCS not too long ago. I think they're the ones that was talking about it. Could you go get Incarnate Word or somebody else? A school in Texas. You need to get schools in Texas. North Dakota State and South Dakota State are off the menu. Don't bother. I mean, you can kick the tires and give them a call, but I doubt they're going to say yes because there's not enough money. So, that being said, here's what I think is going to happen. I think the 2030 thing with Florida State and Clemson and happen. Yeah, I think that actually might be pretty realistic what's going to happen here. I think the Pac-12 may or may not grab UNLV, but they're going to grab 3 more schools right now to put their number to 9 so they can have an 8-game conference schedule initially. That way if things fall apart, at least they're safe there. Then try to grab 1 or 3 more past that. Problem is there 1 and 3 more worth it? Would they try to go get Texas State out of the Sun Belt? Yeah, they'll try to get them. Could they try to get UTSA in North Texas? They can try to get them. Could they... and they're not making a shot at North Dakota State and South Dakota State. They're not going to FCS. So a lot of pieces in peril there. The Mountain West has to make FCS moves. You may like it as a Mountain West fan, but you're going to have to accept it. You've got to get FCS schools in here. You've got to get your numbers up to 10. You stay afloat. Because if you don't add anybody and 5 schools lead, you're below the 8. You're allowed to stay there for 2 years to get somebody up. Don't give the NCAA even an excuse. Jump in now. Get it done. That's why I'm saying only 4 to get you to 10. That gives you a couple years to work things out. And there may be an opportunity later on to grab other schools, but we'll see about that down the road. But I've spitballed long enough. Why don't you let me know what you think about all this down in the comments. So thanks, everybody, for watching the video. If you haven't done already, do me the favor. Smash the like button. It really helps. It lets YouTube know, hey, people like this video, and they promote it more. So smashing the like button is greatly important. So hit that thumbs up for me. Comment on the video. Florida State, Clemson, what do you think about that? Pac-12, Mountain West, what do you think about that? Let me know in the comments what you think. Share the video if you want to. And if you haven't done it already, do me a favor, check out some of the videos I've done. If you like it, hey, subscribe to the channel. On the way to 1,000 subscribers. We're ready to hit 700, hopefully soon. Getting there. Baby steps. If you want to follow me on Twitter, on X, the link will be in the description. I'm not going to do a prediction video for the Thursday games because none of them are top 10, 25 for subscriber schools. The games for the Friday one will be coming out Friday, probably about 1 p.m. Eastern, noon Central. Will be the prediction video for the week of college football for the Friday games and the Saturday games. For week 4, we got some games going. And some spreads that are like, what in the... I'll get into that in Friday's video. So, again, thanks everybody for watching the video. Hope everybody's having a great day. Be safe out there. Weather is crazy here in Virginia and all the way up in Maryland. It's going to continue to be crazy. So be safe as I get orange bombed by a Schneider trailer. And please, be good to each other.